And we're back. Right, so, yeah. You guys can wind down. So yeah, Kelariis, you take the bones of this fallen acolyte out and give him the proper burial.
Yeah. Yep. I don't suppose I could fashion like a headstone out of some headstone, quote unquote. Just some sort of marker and kind of rest the thing that I saw like on the actual marker instead of burying that as well.
Yeah, you could make a cairn out of stones and basically place the symbol on top of it.
Yeah.
Can I craft some flowers?
Yeah. I'll also pay my respects to the dead.
Yeah, I'll just like bow.
I pray.
The wolf watches all of this and just goes,
Oh.
I'm glad the wolf is involved. It's good bonding.
Good bonding times. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I'm personally probably gonna go take the sword that I've got down in the dungeon with me and take a nice long pray to Tallithsyr about, you know, all that stuff.
Yep. You can actually take that time to attune to it properly because you only briefly manifested its powers. As
Cool.
Arya, you can also attempt to determine what these boots are.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like sit down. Can I actually offer them to the wolf for it to sniff?
The wolf smells the boots, sort of looks at them quizzically, but doesn't seem to be particularly interested.
Okay.
Starts chewing them.
No!
Those are magic.
Bad dog.
Squirt bottle.
Right. I will drag them into your inventory.
Yay. Oh, I already put them in my inventory, but it's fine.
I will.
I can just delete it. Somehow.
Well, I can drag over the top of it. So.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that allows you to actually see the effects.
I don't know.
Uh,
It doesn't look like anything's changed.
No, okay. In that case, allow me to read this to you. These are boots of striding and springing. When attuned, whilst wearing these boots, your walking speed becomes 30 feet unless your walking speed is higher, and your speed is not reduced if you are encumbered or wearing heavy armor. In addition, you can jump 3 times the normal distance you could, although you cannot jump farther than your remaining movement.
Okay.
So,
Cool. So they're not feather falling.
no, they're not hugely practical to you, but there are other members of your party who may find them useful.
Oh yeah, like the little ones.
People who only have 25 movement. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Who has 25?
The short ones.
Sure.
They're
Not
short,
wrong.
yes.
Can I just like walk over to where Vondal is sulking and just like sit them down?
Yeah, you place them down. Do you say anything to him as you do so?
No. He's asleep.
Well,
Like,
he's got his
quote,
eyes
unquote.
closed. You don't know that he's asleep.
I don't say anything, I just leave him there.
Yeah, okay. He will find them when he wakes up.
Yeah. So I guess I can get rid of them out of my inventory. That was short-lived.
Yeah. I will put them in Vondal's inventory instead. Right. As for your sword, Kelariis, I need you to come to a private channel with me for it.
Oh.
Oh, that's terrifying. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Right. The sword you have acquired is the Sword of Vengeance, which is, for all intents and purposes, a +1 magic weapon.
Okay.
However, unbeknownst to your character, the original purpose of this sword has been corrupted.
Uh-oh.
This sword is cursed and possessed by a vengeful spirit. Becoming attuned to it extends the curse to you. As long as you remain cursed, you are unwilling to part with this sword, keeping it on your person at all times. Whilst attuned to this weapon, you have disadvantage on attack rolls made with weapons other than this one. In addition, whilst the sword is on your person, you must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw whenever you take damage in combat. On a failed save, you must attack the creature that damaged you, unless it until you drop to 0 hit points, or it does, until you can't reach the creature to make a melee attack against it. So basically, it will cause you to have to pass a Wisdom saving throw or constantly attack the last person that damaged you.
Okay.
It can be cured. There are ways that can cure it, but at the moment your character does not know that it is cursed.
Oh joy. Okay.
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 Congratulations on your
way that I
+1 magic sword.
Thanks! It's also cursed! Yay!
Right. Okay, we can go back now.
Cool.
Oh,
Hello.
And we're done.
we're back. Secrets.
Yes. So, what do you do to conclude this time? Do you talk to each other, or are you just done?
Well, I don't know. Isn't Kelariis basically gonna leave now that her quest is done?
Well, I mean, we're still going back down there, right? I mean, that's like the general plan.
Yeah. Also, your quest is not yet complete because you know from handling the sword and from what Tretherian said, the sword is not restored to its full power. And you can see that as you look at it. It doesn't glow with the same radiant light you saw in your vision. Also, there are still 2 more artifacts to find.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the question is, like, is she gonna hang out with us for that?
It's up to her to decide.
I'll force her.
Well, you'll just stalk Kelariis either way.
I'll just be like, oh, sorry guys, I guess I'm going the exact same way as Kelariis.
Are we gonna talk about your like vicious insults to poor little V? Because like, that was pretty harsh.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, is V asking me if I'm leaving, or is like...
Nobody's voiced that yet, out loud.
Okay. Well, I mean...
Maybe after we're done with the dungeon, I'll ask.
Done with what?
Done with the dungeon, like in general, when we're
Oh right.
in and out of there again. I'll ask.
Okay.
I'll ask Kelariis what her next plans are.
Yeah, and I think we are attached enough to each other as a group to at least tell each other when we're going to leave.
Yeah, I don't think she just like straight up just like leave.
Just bye! Just walk off.
I bet
So does anyone say anything, or are you just going to move done for this session?
No, I think I'm just gonna go sit down next to my wolf and just chill.
I think we'll wind down. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, good session everybody. What have you learned, and what has your character learned? Who wants to go first?
I think I've learned this time that like taking rests is important, because like last time we didn't take rests, or we took a short rest maybe. I don't even remember. But either way, it didn't really matter so much. I don't know. I felt like this time, if we hadn't taken the long rest, it would have really fucked us.
You've learned the value of taking long rests when you're not affected by time pressure.
Yeah.
And we learned afterwards that we were affected by time pressure.
Yeah, true. I know.
Oh my god, guys, can you have imagined if we would have taken a rest inside of that place?
You would have been
Oh,
sealed
Lord.
in, yes.
Shit, I didn't even think about that until just now.
Yeah, but we would have found the key eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Vondal wouldn't have gotten angry at us.
Oh,
I know, I think he would still have gotten angry with us.
Just for a different reason.
yeah.
Yeah, and as V, I think... That's an interesting one, because I feel like she's sort of now realizing the sort of dangers to, like, adventuring. Because, like, before it was just like, I'm in a village, and I'm safe, I'm pretty safe with everyone. And even though she didn't get hurt at all, I think she's also, like, starting to get a little bit, like, more careful, because, especially with the doppelganger, sort of Arya got hurt more.
Yeah.
And she's like, if I'm reckless, then maybe others in my party will get hurt.
That's pretty good. That's pretty concise. You can have 1,500 experience.
Yay! Okay.
Well, I have learned that we always need to be careful with Rob. Because that fucking carpet just came out of nowhere and, like, almost killed us. Because we were so good about it, and then we got to the big boss fight, and we were like, oh, it's whatever. Like, we did the big boss fight, there's nothing else. And yeah.
And then you were assaulted by a rug.
Then we were assaulted by a rug,
Well,
so...
To be fair, we did look around in the room, but we just didn't realize
Yeah.
that inanimate objects
Yeah,
were like a thing.
yes, the rug of smothering basically has perfect camouflage whilst it's not moving. So it would have been hard for you to determine it without stepping on it or without it moving.
Now for the rest of time, all of the party members are just never gonna step on rugs.
It's like an aversion to rugs.
Yeah.
Everyone
Just
just like,
imagine, like-
sees a rug, and we're just like, oh god.
I just imagine they like roll out the red carpet for us and we like walk around.
Yeah.
Red
It's like-
carpet of smothering.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
And Arya, I think she learned to trust her companions a little bit more because they like saved her life like 2
Mhm.
times.
You're starting to warm up to these people that you thought were excess
Yeah.
baggage when they caused you to not die.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty significant thing. But I think seeing the doppelganger kind of scared her at first when it started to transform, because I think she thought what I thought in that moment is that it was going to transform into her friend, and she was like so unprepared for that, and it kind of really scared her until she like realized that it wasn't. So I think she's still dealing with that.
You've also
funness.
fought more abominations in the last
Yes.
2 days than you have in probably the last month.
Yeah, so she's kind of concerned about why they're like all
Not
over the
abominations,
place.
sorry, monstrosities.
Monstrosities, yeah. Because it's very concerning. It would be less concerning if they were only in a dungeon, but it's very concerning to see them just out in the forest, like in the wilds. So she's pretty afraid about that.
Okay, yeah, 1,500 experience.
Whee!
Who's next?
Well, I guess we might as well go alphabet school. I guess as a player, I definitely see the value of the rest. Although I think we also should. I would try and make more use of short rests as well.
Mhm.
Because, although I guess because we have so many spellcasters, they don't really. Short rests don't help as much. But yeah.
It can be used to regenerate HP, but you were fairly lucky when it came to taking damage. That most of the time it was almost instantly healed. But you're burning of spell slots rather than using rests to heal.
Yeah, because for me, like a short rest is enough to recover everything.
That's something to discuss in future with the party and say,
Yeah.
I'm low on health, but if we finish this fight, we can take a short rest.
Well, what else did I learn? I learned that yeah, we shouldn't be too afraid of like just going for things, because even if we like kind of screw up as with something, we usually can like kind of make our way out of it, although it is usually better if we are prepared.
Yeah.
And you kind of give us extra chances sometimes. With perception checks and stuff.
I didn't give you
yeah.
any more chances than I would have normally.
Well, I felt like the first time that I walked into the room and then was the like what is it? Was the slit in the side and the tripwire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, just as from a GM's perspective, I tend to allow. I don't allow refreshing a perception check or investigation check or anything like that until either you have significant new information or somebody succeeds at something.
Okay. Well, then we learned something new again.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that also makes sense.
Because it was you walked in, you were about to cross the line, and I thought, I haven't given them a perception check to detect this thing, so I'm going to give it to them. And had you failed that perception check, you would have stepped on it, you would have gotten darts to the face. But you managed to pass it, at which point you corrected yourself. And then you had extra chances.
Yep. And that was nice.
What did you learn as a character?
As Grim, I feel like he learned to be slightly more comfortable, like taking charge in the group. Because
Yeah, you
was
commanded
in
the
front.
doppelganger situation pretty effectively.
Yeah, and I was like walking in front way more, like deciding what and when we're going to do stuff. Because the other time this session before, I was basically just walking after the rest basically.
Mhm.
And he also learned that Reed should be slightly more careful, and that there are way more monsters or monstrosities have way more tricks up their sleeve than regular opponents.
Yep. Monsters do not obey logic. 1500 experience. Finally, the person whose story arc this was, effectively, at least for this session.
Well, as a player, it was reinforced for me to check everything and be suspicious of everything in a dungeon. Because, wow. But also, it was kind of a reminder for myself to consider my own character's knowledge versus knowledge or ideas. Which is something I always try really hard to keep in mind when I play. And coming up with ways to kind of transfer any suspicions to what Kelariis would do instead of how I would look at it.
Yes.
Which is always a good
Which you did very well.
Thank you. And then as Kelariis, I think that she's very grateful to her companions for, first of all, going down into the dungeon with her. Because really she kind of only asked for their help to find Temple in the first place. And I think that now she kind of, not really in the super binding sense of it, but she feels like she's in debt to all of them because, Arya did kind of almost die twice in that dungeon.
Yeah.
She feels a bit bad about that. But now she has this magical sword, which things and more stuff that more stuff about it than she even expected, and she's learning that it's good to be able to have other people as well and to be with other people instead of just kind of doing her own thing sometimes.
Excellent. 1500 experience.
Yay!
And that very concisely brings us to the end of our session. I'd like to thank everybody for playing, as usual, and I'd like to thank everybody who's watching as well. And
Because we had 100 views! Yeah.
yes, thank you, the 100 people that bothered to watch this. Hey,
Well, the first one.
at least the first.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I hope these continue to be as interesting as the first episode, and that the people who really enjoy it
Or
continue to
more.
watch it. And yeah, thank
Now
you
you
all.
can
You're
watch
all awesome,
for-
especially the number of people that have done fan art for us.
It's mostly Squirrel Girls.
I had another submission, but I was asked not to share it.
What?
Gasp. And
Thank-
now,
thank
with
those
100% more cute puppy content.
Yes.
Yeah. And apparently also 200%, 100% more view because we had 2 this session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
God.
Thank you all, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.